Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Ammar Elm, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we are absolutely thrilled to be joined by Michael Edwards, Principal Consultant at the Edwards Group, Texas, a firm known for its strategic management consulting, real estate solutions, and its executive coaching. Michael helps people with their leadership development, talent management, business operations, contact center, customer experience, and sales effectiveness, just to name a few things. Michael, welcome to Founders Future.
Yeah, thank you. That's a very exciting introduction. And I guess several words just to say that my business is set up to help founders really get to where they want. Matter of fact, I've this tagline: I help companies of all sizes build transformational muscle so they can grow, adapt, and lead in a world that won't slow down. Um,
Transformational muscle. I like that. All
yeah,
right, well,
yeah.
let's start from the beginning because I always like to start from the beginning. Take us on a little trip down memory lane to before you started the Edwards Group, Texas. What were you doing at the time? And then what was really the motivation behind doing your work now and starting the company?
Yeah, I have really a unique and I think very cool career trajectory. I have spent many years in the telecom business, working in for wireless carriers and cable companies, two of the people's favorite kinds of companies. And what's really neat is I've been able to really do a broad spectrum of things that have enabled me to get to where I am today. But I've got deep experience in sales, deep experience in customer retention and customer experience, and deep experience in the people aspect of the business. Much of my career has been spent in sales, and I tell people I'm a horrible salesperson, but I can teach somebody to do the basics. I can inspire them to be great, and I can create a culture where they want to be successful. And those kinds of things have really enabled me to replicate this award winning culture, whether it's a sales organization, a SaaS organization, you name it. It's replicable, it's the same stuff. And I think one of the things that in my mind stands out is I've always been a people first leader. It, Years ago, when I first started my career, I think I was a horrible leader. I think people who worked for me would probably tell you that I was a horrible leader. And I was one of those, hey, if you can't do it, I'll find somebody that can. People. And I enjoyed some success with that, but it was at the expense of a lot of folks along the way. And when I really understood that it was gathering these people around you and inspiring them to be great and teaching them how to be great, that's when you start seeing this really long lasting successes. It's just an amazing difference. And along the way, I learned the concepts of servant leadership. You probably hear people talk about the inverted org chart. Servant leadership, it changed my life. Really understanding how to help people achieve their goals. Fast forward several years to my decision to get out of the telecom business, I joined the real estate business. And I joined the real estate business to help my wife build her real estate business. She's been an agent for a long, long time. I got my real estate license, and man, we started working together and selling some houses and built a pretty good business. I was pretty impressed with how quickly we were able to hit that first $1 million and that second $1 million and that third $1 million. And it was really interesting. But I also found that my wife didn't want an executive coach that came along with working with me. So to really make sure that had domestic harmony, I went to work for the real estate company that we were working for as a sales agent. I went to work to help them open real estate offices overseas in other countries.
Got it.
And the real estate company is a very cutting edge cloud based brokerage. It's the largest independent real estate brokerage in the world. And that was an amazing several years. When you talk about a founder's future, you should have the founder, Glenn Sanford, on your show. He is a brilliant man and creating an amazing company.
Love to. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Thank
that's
you.
kind of a story in a nutshell.
I appreciate you breaking that down. That gives us a holistic understanding of where you were and how you got to where you are today. And it sounds like you've used a lot of the experiences that you've gathered over the years to be able to help founders more effectively. Let's dive into what your focus is on today. Who would you say is your ideal customer? Who do you love to work with? I know as founders, maybe we can get more specific than that. And then from there, we can dive into the different offers and services that you provide.
Yeah, I really enjoy working with founders who are in the growth stage. The early stage stuff is fun and it's breakneck speed, but my real benefit is around when you start getting some employees and you start developing a culture. That's where I come in. Many of our founders, they're just brilliant minds that they're focused on, hey, the bit of capital or the next MVP or those kinds of things, but have not led large organizations. And sometimes that's a blind spot. So at that growth stage where they start building these organizations and adding employees, that's where I come in. I come in and help them craft that culture and help them build some sort of structure to make sure that their business is scalable. If you don't
Mm,
have those structures early on, you're going to be putting them in sometimes. So it's easier to do it early on rather than having to break something and then rebuild it. And when it comes to culture, it's so important for culture to be intentional. If you don't sit there and really think about what does this company want to look like when I grow up and what are they going to be the employees going to be saying, down the road. If you're not intentionally thinking about that early on, it's a tough road to hoe when you have to change culture.
yeah.
There's two ways to change culture if you don't do it intentionally up front, through a lot of efforts to get people to actually change to the new culture, or you have to change the people. And
Mm,
that's never fun.
yeah,
So,
100%.
it answer your question, that growth stage is where I really excel, where I really enjoy.
Perfect. Let's dive into the offers and services that you provide. From a client engagement perspective, what does it look like to work with you from start to finish? So in terms of how long does that take, or how long does a typical client engagement last? And then from there, let's focus on the outcomes that you're delivering for your clients.
Yeah. So the duration of the client engagement it really varies greatly. The the different if you can envision why you would hire me. You would hire me as a fractional chief people officer. You would hire me as a fractional customer experience officer. You might hire me as a fractional chief revenue or sales officer. One of those things. And depending on where you're at and where you want to go, it could be a 6 month, a year, it could be a 5 year engagement, depending on the needs. What I really help doing is building this culture, is making sure that silos don't develop. Probably one of my favorite roles would be a chief of staff role, where you've got a founder, a C suite, and this chief of staff is helping everybody stay connected, helping everybody keep focused on that vision that founder has crafted, on those core values that founder has crafted, to make sure we're operating in unison and solving the problems of the business, growing this business, and really building what the founder wants. It's difficult to say how long something would take because it could be quick, it could be long.
Fair
And
enough.
it's interesting. It's a lot of it really depends on how open the founder is, his leaders are to coaching. Are they
Mhm.
open to feedback? Are they open to making changes based on somebody, an outsider, if you will, experience? Sometimes they're not. And that's a short engagement because if you're not coachable, I can't help you.
Yeah, I thank you for breaking that down. It sounds, and the coachability piece, that's huge. People need to be coachable, or else there's no point in working with them. But it sounds like you can work with them in a bunch of different fractional capacities and add value or add tremendous value in that way. Let's shift to the back end of the business. When it comes to acquiring customers and bringing on more clients for the Edwards Group, what does that currently look like from a marketing and lead generation perspective? What are you doing on that front?
That's a great one. And it's 100% referral, word of mouth.
Okay.
I don't have any squeeze pages set up. My web page is very generic. It's really, hey, I know a guy.
Is there a
And
reason why you haven't done that?
I'm at a stage in life where I want to be picky. And referral business is good business because you've already overcome any objections to, do I know you do good work? My good friend is referring, so he knows do good work. It's just a stage in my career where I'm lucky enough to be able to pick and choose, and the referral, word of mouth business is what I choose to do.
Got it. So are you looking to scale this like at a high level, or what's I guess when you think of the future, what does success look like for Michael professionally and personally?
Yeah, so success is building my business organically. I don't have I'm going to hit this revenue target this year. I am enjoying life after many years in the telecom business. I'm fortunate to be in a position to where I'm not crazy hyper focused on building this behemoth business. I'm
Mm,
a firm believer in, because of the way I do business, because of the word of mouth and the reputation, that the business will come. And the
cool.
business that I believe is exciting stuff that I can really get behind, an exciting company, a founder that I really hit it off with, I can pick and choose.
Yeah, powerful. So what do you have any you mentioned you don't have any revenue targets. Do you have any maybe performance targets in terms of I want to be working with XYZ number of clients at a given time, or maybe not? I'm
I'm
curious.
smiling because I really don't. Um,
Okay. Fair.
and it's just really an interesting position to be in.
Yeah, it's really a blessing when you think about it.
Yeah, it is. It truly is. We've got passive revenue streams for our family. We've got good
Nice.
investments. This is a passion project. It's fun, and I work with clients who are fun. I've got a friend who he does something very similar, and he truly is a founder.
Yeah.
He grew a occupational therapy business from 2 employees to 2,000 employees, and
Mm,
over the course of time, sold it for a big chunk of change. I'm blessed to be able to work with him and some exciting thing in that world with him.
yeah.
If you say, what are your business goals at the end of this year?
No, man. Fair enough. Fair
Now,
enough.
if
So
you're a
I guess,
founder and you want me to help you with your business goals at the end of the month,
yeah,
we'll be very clear, and we'll have very measurable KPIs, and we'll have some very extensive dashboards to help you run your business.
yeah, yeah.
What a dichotomy.
Curious- Yeah, what a dichotomy. But that's a blessed spot to be in. I'm curious with the passive income, is that just real estate? What does that look like?
It's primarily real estate.
Cool.
Yes,
Cool.
primarily real estate. There's some other investments and good stock plays, but primarily real estate.
Awesome. I'm curious,
Yeah,
what?
there's a handful of real estate companies out there that have a business model where they incent realtors to attract other high performing realtors to the business. In these types of companies, you create a downline.
Mm,
So if you're a real estate agent, I'm your sponsor. I get a portion of the revenue that you generate for the
yeah,
business,
yeah.
and it could be very lucrative.
And a lot of what you teach is super beneficial for that. I love the synergy there because it sounds like a big focus for you is building a high performance team, building the culture where people can thrive and truly operate at their best. And when it comes to creating a downline, doing that is pivotal.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. It's real estate is a very tough business. And helping newer real estate agents understand, you talk about lead gen and pipeline, helping them understand their lead gen and pipeline, helping them understand the basic daily activities that they have to do. When you tell a new real estate agent new to the business, hey, you've got to go out and make 100 phone calls today. They're like, what?
yeah,
That's insane. Guess what? That's what you need to do to be successful.
yeah,
You could probably make 100 Facebook Messenger contacts as well, but you've got to do the work. So
yeah,
helping those new to the business folks understand the work that's involved to be successful, super important. But also people who've been in the business for a long time, helping them kind of reconnect with what made them successful to help them grow their business.
yeah. Funny story. When I started my career after university, I started wholesaling for this investor, and I was door knocking to try to find him off market flips. It took me 2,000 doors to get my first deal.
Yeah,
So, and I almost quit at the thousandth door. I was like, I'm 1,000 doors in. What's going on here? But it's like you were saying, you need to put in that work. It takes time. It
yeah.
takes reps. That's part of the game.
I'm not sure if this stat is 100% accurate. You might have to fact check me, but I believe the stat is 80% of real estate agents quit within the first year. That's
Yeah, something
huge.
like
And that's because we get these big paychecks and it looks super easy, but it's
yeah,
really not. It is hard work getting the business. Once you get the business, the hard work doesn't stop. You've got to be very knowledgeable in all of the different aspects, the sale or the purchase. You've got to have a great customer service, customer oriented mind and program to make sure that whether you're buyer's agent or seller's agent, that you really take great care of them from start to finish, because there are many agents who work off with just referrals as well. And that's how they do it. It's interesting. And I'm glad, did you say 1,000 or 2,000 doors to finally get one?
Well, it was like 2,164 doors, but I always say 2,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Could you imagine that though? Telling somebody that you're going to have to go knock on 2,100 doors.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
I'm glad nobody told me I had to do that.
Yeah.
If I knew that from the beginning, I'm like, but then also it only took me 2 months. So it really wasn't, in the grand scheme of things, it was a short period of time. And
Yeah. So
I was making $600 a month as a part-time lifeguard before, because I was still in school as a student. And then I made 10K on that deal, like more than I would make in a year. So I'm like, wow. It's,
yeah.
yeah.
One
So
of the things that it's consistent across, whether you're a realtor, whether you're founding a business, a SaaS company, there's a couple of components that are visible with successful people. One of them is the discipline to go out and knock on 2,100 doors. The other one is the consistency. And the last one is systems. Those
mm,
three things, discipline, consistency, and systems, will make you successful. A lack of any one of those three components, you're going to struggle.
I love that framework so much. I'm going to write that down. Discipline, consistency, systems. Michael, this has been an absolute pleasure. You are a wealth of knowledge. What is the best way for people to reach out to work with you?
The best way is my email address. It's mde @edwardsgrouptx.com. That's my direct email.
Awesome. Any final words before we wrap up?
No, I appreciate it. I think talking about the growth stage founder is the sweet spot here. It's a lot of fun. And if you're not having fun as a founder, you need to bring somebody in to help you have fun.
100%. I love it. So that wraps up another inspiring episode of Founders Future. To our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit up Michael, MDE at edwardsgrouptx.com. We'll also tag him around here, so it'll be very easy to he'll be very easy to find. And if you are a business owner, specifically coach, consultant, or agency, and you're looking to scale your business and really enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to discover how we can support your growth journey. Until then, keep on climbing.